Hey, welcome to At the Cottage with me, Chef D, where today it's about Landshark and having some fun. Some sun, some food, and some friends. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be teaching you how to make a Pico De Gallo, a guacamole, some spicy chicken drumsticks, and a whole lot more. Won't you join me? What's not better than having a great cottage on a great lake and then maybe having some great food, but also having some amazing beer to go with it. So I thought I'd invite Kim from Landshark. Hey, welcome. Welcome to my new cottage. Welcome to my new lifestyle.
Thank you so much for having us, Chef D. Can't believe I'm here actually right now. This is fantastic.
This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. So, you know, Landshark really is a beer with personality.
Yep.
So, you know, when you think about Landshark, you think about being at the cottage.
Right.
You think about the beach. You think about the water, fun, sun. I mean, it's really about escapism. And today, it's not escapism. We're living it. Like this is amazing. So crazy excited to see what we're going to work with today and how you're going to pair Landshark with the menu.
Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is we have some amazing chicken drumsticks, our good friends from Farms. And then what I'm going to do is I have a whole bunch of clarified butter because you never know when you're going to eat a whole pound of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to melt the butter down. I'm going to add some Frank's hot sauce. We're going to marinate them and then we're going to bake them. Right, so this is a spicy chicken drumstick, and it's going to go really great with the beer because, again, spicy heat and nice, cold, refreshing Landshark. How much better is that?
I can't wait.
Okay, so I'm going to take my pan. Now, for those who are measuring at home, and this is ghee, and ghee is the clarified butter, so they take all the milk solids out and just leave the oil. That's what we're looking for. So if you have any dairy sensitivities, this is really great because you can still use it and you're not going to have that happen to you at all.
That's a lot of butter, Chef D.
I know, we need a little bit more yet.
Okay.
And then we're going to add some Frank's hot sauce. So we're going to add about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup. Do you like it spicy?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so 1/2 cup Frank's hot sauce. We're almost there. We measure everything to a key.
I said spicy, not like...
You're gonna have spiky hair like me. So we're just gonna warm this up just till it melts. And then I'm gonna whisk it, and then we're gonna put it over top of the chicken, and then away we go. So while we're waiting just for that to happen, the other two dishes that we're going to do, again, I thought really summer and fun, is making our own fresh salsa. We're gonna make some guacamole, and then some Southwest chicken, and then maybe a grilled beef wrap with, I can't tell you that because it's too early in the show. So we're just gonna go back here. And this will not take long. This literally takes probably about a minute, and that's a true minute, not a chef minute.
So you're telling me we're going to be eating in about 5 to 10?
No, we're just going to marinate this, and then I preheated my oven to 450. What we want to do is kind of marinate the chicken and leave it in the marination for probably about an hour to 2 hours, just so that it kind of penetrates into the chicken and you get all that great flavor and butter and everything. So
and enough time to have a beer or two in between.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. I'm following
So
along.
we're just going to, as you can just see, it's all melted beautifully now. And just smell that. You can
Butter
smell,
and Frank's.
right? And that's the simple and easy way of doing that. We're gonna, again, put this in the refrigerator in just a minute or so, let it sit for about an hour to 2 hours. I'll have you come back. We'll have it come out of the oven. We'll have a Landshark then. Is that okay?
Okay, I can do that.
Join us in a minute. So the recipes that we're going to do with our good friends from Landshark, I think is going to pair really nicely is we're going to do a Southwest chicken. Now, I roasted this chicken off in the barbecue just before you guys got here. Again, this is what's so great about this recipe is if you're making chicken the night before, you can make just a little bit extra and you have some leftovers, which makes the next day so much easier for you at the cottage because Lord knows you don't want to be in the kitchen all day anyways. And then we have some grass-raised ground beef here, and we're going to make a grilled beef slider, kind of in a taco sense, but we're going to change it up a notch, and we're going to get started with that. So we're going to take one onion, Again, it can be any kind. I'm using a Spanish onion here, but you can use, you know, whatever you have. White cooking, shallot, wherever you want to go with this. So we're just going to peel the onion back. Easier said than done. We're going to cut onion down, and then we're just going to dice, nothing fancy. I have the pans warming up behind me. Again, we want the pan to be warm, so you can just see, just turn it up just a little bit. And we're going to start with our onions. And you want that sizzle. We're going to take about 4 cloves of garlic. And just give them a nice little chop, mince them up. And just remember with your garlic doesn't like the refrigerator. Keep it out of the refrigerator. It likes like a dry place, so wherever you can find it in your kitchen, just keep it dry. It'll be perfect for you. It'll last a long time. Again, we're taking the ground beef. We're just going to move this over and put the ground beef in. Then we're going to add a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. For those of you keeping track at home, probably be about a tablespoon and a half to 2, whatever you like. Then while the beef is doing its thing over here, we're going to chop up some dill pickles. And I just have some baby dill slices here. Oh yeah. And you're probably going to use about a 1/4 cup. If you want a little bit more, that's perfect. Here you go. 1 for the chef. Just got to make sure it tastes good. So we're grilling up, frying off our ground beef. Just browning it. And once it starts browning, that's when we're going to add in our dill pickles. So now we're just going to change it up just a little bit. While that's doing its thing, we have some already chopped up white and green onions and put it in our back pan. A little bit of garlic. And the garlic, this is for our Pico De Gallo, which is our salsa, and our guacamole. Now you're probably going, well, don't you use raw onions and raw garlic in there? You can, that's all part of the recipe. I'm not a big fan of raw onions and raw garlic. It just repeats on me, so I'm, doing what the chef wants. And I'm just gonna quickly saute this off, just like moments, just till the onions become translucent. It's still lots of flavor. And this does not take long. Turn our, every kitchen's different, just have to make sure I turn the right burner off. And we're just gonna, again, brown up the burgers, ground beef. This is almost done, so we're just going to leave that there and grab my cloth. Bring over. Now, fresh salsa. Again, we're going to take some of the onions and the garlic that we've cooked off. And if you want to do it raw, you can. That's not a problem. This is just my preference. In they go. We're going to add a little bit of salt, a touch of pepper, and we're going to grab a jalapeno. You're going, why pepper, why jalapeno? You want the layer of different flavors, so that's what you're looking for. We're going to take about a quarter of a jalapeno. Again, if you like it hotter, add more. Nice light chop to it, and it goes. Then we're going to take some Roma tomatoes. Again, a nice chop, nothing fancy, and they go. You don't have Roma tomatoes, but you have, some other field tomatoes. You have, some grape tomatoes. Put them in. It's going to taste amazing. We're going to use about 4 or 5 tomatoes. And again, if you have a bigger group coming, you're going to use a little bit more. Juice of 2 limes. I got our handy dandy margarita maker. And the juice goes. And the limes just smell so great. So there you have it. Now, we're going to add some cilantro in just a second, but I'm going to take my hand mixer and just blend this first. I'm just going to check on how my beef is browning. We're getting there. We're almost there. So I'm going to take this over our hand blender. You can do this in a blender, you can do it in a food processor. We're just going to take it. And there you have it. Some beautiful salsa. You can actually go a little bit less chunky. You can go chunkier. You can go even a little bit farther to make it even thinner. Wherever you want to go with it. It's it's up to you, and it's going to taste great. When we come back, we're going to finish the ground beef. I'm going to teach you how to make a guacamole. We're going to put a whole bunch of things together, and we're going to have a great time doing it here at the Cottage with Chef D. As we taken you around to many different cottages up here in this beautiful country we call God's country, I met Bob last year. I was eating pizza. We're at a golf tournament, and Bob comes over and invites us all back here to this beautiful man cave, and that's how this relationship started, and I got to come and cook for you today, which has been fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How did you get into what you're doing now with, real estate and, doing some spec builds and that type of thing?
Well, about 2007, decided to make a career change after 20-something years in military electronics, and I'd had my real estate license since '86, sort of as a backup plan, plan B, and then Marty and I had been buying and building cottages up here sort of as a part-time thing for over 20 years. We had done about 7 or 8 of them, and we started looking at sort of where we had made our money in our life, and it was in real estate and it was in building. So got up one day and sort of decided this isn't what I want to do for a living anymore, and we made the move into real estate and building, and it's been great ever since.
And then Marty, you're part of the company too, and you do some of the design work for the company.
Yes, so a lot of the times I'll do the interior decorating you know, do the tiles, do the lighting, do the furniture, and yeah.
And pick out some amazing pieces.
Yeah.
If that table goes with me, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Beautiful
The
table.
one in the pantry?
Yes. And then just, can you give me the name of your company? So just if anybody's watching and they want to get a hold of you.
So it's Clark Muskoka Realty,
Okay.
which is out of Port Carling, and Clark Muskoka Construction.
Okay, perfect. So there you go. Well, thank you for having us here. It's been an absolute great day of filming, and I might not leave. I might live up in
We
that
may not
boathouse.
find you.
Thank you again.
Thanks for coming. Take care.
Just to finish up the salsa, Pico De Gallo, it's fresh salsa, that's what it is I'm taking some cilantro, and we're going to take the stems, because that's where all the natural oils from the cilantro are, and that's where you're going to get a lot of the flavor. Now, if you're one of those people that, you know, when you're eating cilantro and it kind of tastes like soap to you, you might want to use a little bit more of the leaf because you're not going to get as much as the oil in it. We're going to add our cilantro in, just like so. Grab a spoon. And just give it a quick stir. Now, you can have this in your refrigerator up to 3 days, and it's going to be beautiful for you. As it the flavors marry together, it gets much more pungent in its flavor. It's absolutely beautiful. So, our beef is almost done here. We've just browned it off nicely with the onions and garlic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in now my dill pickles that we cut up. I'm going to chop up some roasted peppers here. Again, you want to put them at the end because they were already cooked and you're just going to warm them up. Give it a quick stir. Oh yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of our Pico De Gallo salsa in, about half a cup. Give it a quick stir. Oh yeah. And the last part is I have some chorizo here, some diced chorizo. In the chorizo goes, just building on that flavor. Again, the chorizo's cooked. You don't want to overcook it, so we're putting it right in at the end. And then finally, about a cup of sour cream. Now, I'm using the full fat sour cream. You want to use a little bit less fat, you can. You're at the Cottage. We're going to stir this in. And then we're just going to let it simmer for probably about another 5 to 7 minutes of real time. And then we're going to place it into some tortilla bowls and have some amazing, amazing ground beef. Smells so good. So we'll come back to that. I'm going to finish up now making our guacamole. So again, guacamole, we're taking some avocado. Again, I'm using the 1 liters that I have in my studio kitchen, but if you have, you go and get olives and you have them, save them. Or if you have a Ziploc container, you can use that. I've peeled 4 avocados. I've taken our onions and garlic. Again, we just roasted them off, just gently. Again, if you want to use a raw, you can use that. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Take juice of 2 limes. Or if you want, you can change it up just a little bit. We'll do a little bit of lime and lemon. Again, our juicer. or what I affectionately call it is my margarita maker. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of our salsa Pico De Gallo, probably about 1/4 to 1/2 cup. I just like how the two flavors marry really well to make the guac. Now, we're going to take our hand blender and we're going to blend it out. It'll probably take about 30 seconds to a minute. Now, you can have it, again, as smooth or rough chop as wherever you want to go with it. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just, you know, where you want to go with it is going to be great. So now, we have our avocado guacamole done. We have our Pico De Gallo done. Now, I want to make my black bean salad here. Get rid of some of this. We're going to take some black beans. And again, you can use canned black beans. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can buy them at any grocery store. Again, you can drain them off. And if you want to, you know, lose a little bit of salt, buy the ones with no salt in it. We're going to add a little bit of fresh onion. I have some radishes here. We're going to cut up some radishes. Give it a quick chop. In they go. Also too, while we've been doing all this great cooking, the drumsticks have been in the oven at 400 degrees. Again, we cook them for about 25 minutes to 30 minutes just to make sure that you have an internal temperature of 180 degrees. You can do it on the barbecue as well. We're gonna add some roasted pepper. Some more of our Pico De Gallo. We're going to give it a good stir. And there you have it. Beautiful. A quick and easy black bean salad. We have our guac, we have our Pico De Gallo, which is great. Now, for the Southwest chicken, again, kind of combining a little bit of the flavor, we're going to add in some Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons. Again, we're using more of our salsa. We're going to stir that in with our mustard. Just a touch of sour cream, 1 tablespoon. Add in our cooked chicken. And this is taken from a whole bird, but if you want to use thighs or if you want to use the breast that you have left over, please do. And we're just going to give it a quick stir. And there we have it. We have our salsa. Our beef is just, yeah, it's just simmering up nicely. Give a quick look at our chicken. Oh yeah, they're starting to brown up nicely, kind of come away from the bone. You smell that great butter and Frank's hot sauce. And when we come back, we're gonna feed some hungry people. Hey everyone, how you doing here?
Fantastic.
Perfect. So just to kind of go over what we've made here, it's kind of been a great pairing between Landshark and ourselves. And we have a Southwest chicken in a hard tortilla. We have a soft tortilla with, it's ground beef, Southwestern Chef D style. It has some dill pickles, again, some heat to it, and then a little bit of sour cream. We have some spicy drumsticks, a little bit of buffalo sauce, and a whole lot of butter. And then, of course, our Pico De Gallo and our guac and a black bean salsa that you can put on any one of these. Enjoy.
All right.
Kim, what do you think? I think we made it. What do you know, Landshark and Chef D?
I think it's fantastic. I'm really excited. This island style lager is going to go great with all of these dishes today, Chef. So to that, hey, I think you need a beer.
I think I do too.
Why are you always the last one with the beer?
Fins up.
There you go.
Right? I made a one-shot opening yesterday, which I've never done. I will. I'll make sure that you have some. Smart. Look at that. If you want to, you can turn them over halfway through the cooking process. We're not going to look at it for about 2 hours. The whole house is going to smell amazing. The meat's going to be tender. Hi. Who's that?